is Valley News Live at 5.
We begin tonight with a story that's been developing throughout the day. It is a call no first responder ever wants to go to, a call to their own home. That's what happened to one Enderlin first responder yesterday. Her 2-year-old son is now in a Minnesota hospital with second-degree burns over more than 30% of his body. Joining us now from where last night's fire happened is Valley News Team's Courtney Lockie. Courtney? It looks like we lost Courtney. We'll get back to that story in just a little bit. The forecast, how about that? It's not bad today. Could be a little better, but we're not going to complain, right, Hutch?
That's right. Yeah, we're coming out of that winter cellar of a couple of weeks ago and really starting to see things shine. We do have some unsettled conditions across the valley in the form of a few clouds and some snow showers showing up near the Red Lakes area, and that winds down through the Brainerd Lakes area. As to the east of us, we have cool air. Where it's 35 in Baudette and Bemidji, it is 60 to 65 in the western and central Dakotas. Here in the valley and most of eastern North Dakota, we're enjoying 40s, though all in all, it's pretty pleasant. And as you mentioned, Andrea, can't complain. Temperatures by bedtime tonight sneak down into the low 30s, and Grand Forks much the same. Not much wind to worry about either. Now, this cool air to the east is going to try to back its way into the valley the next day or two. I'll have details on how much progress it makes, and we'll talk about that warm up. And I do have a chance of some snowy weather in the forecast as well. We'll go through all of it here in a few minutes.
Okay, thanks, Hutch. Clay County Public Health is updating its vaccination timeline for the next couple of months based on Governor Walz's recommendations. The health department is still working to vaccinate seniors 65 and older, as well as teachers and childcare workers. Once the state vaccinates 70% of its seniors, the vaccine will be offered to those with underlying health conditions and workplace exposure risks. Next month, officials will start looking at people with specific high-risk conditions like Down syndrome and active cancer treatment. By the summer, they hope to start vaccinating the general population regardless of age.
If we get more vaccine, this will all move faster. And so the ability to get more vaccine into our hands is our goal, and we are able to continue to vaccinate the next population group.
Clay County seniors will get another chance to get the COVID-19 vaccine. Clay County Public Health will be holding a clinic tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 1:15 p.m. at the Yum Comp Center. Registration is required, and you can find more information on our website, valleynewslive.com. As North Dakota leaders crack down on vaccinating residents only, some Minnesotans say their lifeline has now been severed. Coming up tonight on Valley News Live at 6, we'll meet a Minnesota family, one of 15,000 people who crossed state lines and came to North Dakota so their 17-year-old daughter could get the vaccine.
I knew that I needed to do something about it and get her one quicker.
We'll also dig into Minnesota's new vaccine guidance and the changes in store, and that's tonight on Valley News Live at 6. It has been a long year for Glenna and Eugene Rutgers, but they're looking forward to a brighter future thanks to their granddaughter. Kent Erdahl explains.
A year of pandemic lockdowns and long-term care took a toll.
Well, it was kind of traumatic at first.
When we couldn't have many visitors, that was a low point.
And because Eugene and Glenna Lutger's apartment is a high point, even window visits were a challenge.
It wasn't comfortable.
It was kind of hard because we had the Davenport there, and it was hard to look over, because we can't crawl around that easily.
It was equally uncomfortable for their loved ones below.
I would just look up at them and talk to them on the phone. I was just so nervous that I would never see them, in person again. That was really hard.
Lindsay Hawkins wasn't used to going a week without a visit. For years, she'd drop by before or after her work as a pharmacist.
Oh, she's a jewel.
She gets our medicines for us. She shops for us. She's just all around helper.
Which is why they weren't surprised to hear that Lindsay had joined the CVS COVID vaccination team, even though it meant working extra hours and weekends. And when they heard they were due for a shot themselves, someone got an idea.
My grandpa actually asked me one day if I could be the one to give it to him.
It just seemed like a good idea, If she's giving everybody shots, why we like to get it from her.
At first I was like, no, I don't think it's going to work out, but
she managed to rearrange her schedule for a special shot at a long-awaited reunion.
it's pretty undescribable. It's very emotional for me to be able to give my grandparents their shot, and yeah, it's really amazing.
And it gets even better.
Kind of a relief.
Yeah.
To know we might be protected.
How are you today?
Good.
When it came time for their second and final dose,
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
they were happy to get stuck with a familiar face.
Good job, Grandma.
Feels great.
Best shot ever?
Yep.
During this visit, hugs still weren't on the table,
That's it.
That's it.
but love was still on display.
Didn't even feel it.
Good job, Grandpa.
A little dose of normalcy, thanks to a vial full of hope.
100% will remember this rest of my life. Beautiful.
Yeah, we're real proud of her.
At Cherrywood Point of Plymouth,
Hopefully, it will mean that they'll be able to open this place up more.
Glenna and Eugene say they're excited to spend more time with Lindsay now that they have the vaccine, and they are eager to hold their very first great-granddaughter for the first time. You can stay up to date with the latest COVID vaccine-related information by browsing our VNL vaccine tracker. You can visit our website or simply open your phone camera and point it at the QR code on your screen and then tap the link that pops up. It is a call no first responder ever wants to go on. That's a call to their own home. And that's what happened to one Enderlin first responder yesterday. Her 2-year-old son is now in a Minnesota hospital with second-degree burns over more than 30% of his body. Joining us now from where last night's fire happened is Valley News Team's Courtney Lockie. Courtney?
Andrea, I just made the drive that Lisbon first responders took to get to this Enderlin home yesterday. It was about 20 minutes, but gosh, it had to feel like an eternity for Shelby Jankowski, who was coming here to help her 2-year-old son. Now, around 3 o'clock, authorities aren't really sure how it happened, but her 2-year-old Royce's mattress went up in flames and he was caught inside them. Now, emergency crews were able to get here and pull him out of the fire and keep it from spreading. You can see behind me some of these windows up top are still boarded up and blacked around the edge, and what's left of the mattress is still in the front yard. But these are just things, and the biggest thing that they need to focus on right now is Royce. He was taken to the hospital and is being treated for his burns, but it is going to be a long road to recovery, and they're going to need your help. Now, tonight on Valley News Live at 10, you can see their full story. For now, live in Enderlin, Courtney Lockie, Valley News Live.
All right, thanks, Courtney. A GoFundMe has been set up for that little boy. For more on that, you can head to our website, valleynewslive.com, and click on this story. A new food pantry is popping up in West Fargo. Starting this Friday, the food pantry will be open at Lutheran Church of the Cross from 1 to 3 p.m. for social distancing purposes. When you pull into the church parking lot, you'll be asked to stay in your car, pop open your trunk, and someone will place a box of food inside.
Like, everyone needs help sometimes. There's no shame in coming through. We're just here to help each other out. Everyone deserves to have something to eat and to have a full stomach.
There is no limit on how many times you can stop by. To see other times the pantry is open, you can check out this story at valleynewslive.com. The community can also help by donating items to the church, such as non-perishable items and light snacks. Also, families can pick up free boxes of food this month in both Fargo and Moorhead. The Farmers to Families food boxes come from a partnership between the YMCA of Cass and Clay counties and the USDA. More than 2,600 family-sized boxes will include fresh produce, dairy, and meat products. They'll be available on a first-come, first-served basis on March 9th in the West Acres Mall parking lot and also on March 17th at the Moorhead Center Mall parking lot, 4 p.m. both days. A local woman has raised over $3,000 for Gladys Ray Homeless Shelter and the local VA. Back in January, we told you about Tricia Lake and her mission to raise money in hopes of helping a man she has never met get back on his feet. Her mission started because of a picture that was posted on Facebook showing a messy car with the caption, "Good grief." Well, comments then flowed in claiming that the owner of the vehicle is a homeless veteran. Community members then went to work setting up a GoFundMe page and stating that all the money raised will go to the man or a good cause. Because no one was able to find the man, all the money raised has now been donated to the local shelter. Still to come, at least 10 rockets hit a military base in Iraq, and now the U.S. is warning that it might respond.
Crisp morning temperatures in north central Minnesota, single digits for some there, while the rest of us started in the 20s. But when your sunrise looks like this, you know something good is coming. We'll have details on our mild stretch of weather, and we'll tell you when it becomes a little more wild right after this.